Have you ever told everyone about a big dream you had? And then, did you notice what happened next? It's a funny thing, but sometimes when we talk too much about our goals, they just seem to get harder to reach. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet village, there lived a young man named Simon. He was full of big dreams. Every week, it seemed he was starting something new. One day, he decided he wanted to open a shop. The very next week, he'd be planning to learn pottery. Then, he'd get the idea to build a house. But Simon had a strange habit. Before he ever started anything, he told everyone in the village about his plans. He'd walk right through the market and shout, "I will open the biggest shop in this village." People would clap and smile. They'd say kind words, and Simon would feel so proud, so important. That night, he would sleep like a baby. But the next morning, when it was actually time to start working, he felt tired. All that energy was just gone. Days passed, and he never opened the shop. So Simon decided to learn pottery again. He gathered people in the village square and spoke loudly about his new dream. "I will make the most beautiful pots. Everyone will buy from me." And just like before, people praised him and encouraged him. Simon felt absolutely wonderful. But again, after just a few days, he lost all interest. He never even touched the clay. This pattern went on for years. Simon would announce every single dream he had. People would celebrate his words, but his hands stayed empty. His life didn't change at all. He started to feel ashamed and couldn't understand why he always failed. Deep inside, his heart grew heavy, and he felt completely stuck. One evening, Simon was sitting all alone near the old village well. An elder, a quiet and humble man, approached him. People respected this man, but he never spoke much. He sat down beside Simon and asked gently, "My son, why do you look so troubled?" Simon sighed. "I have so many dreams, but I never finish anything. I don't know what's wrong with me." The elder nodded slowly. "Tell me, what do you do when you have a new idea?" Simon answered quickly, "I tell everyone. I want them to know what I'm going to do. I want them to feel proud of me." The elder smiled softly. "Come with me tomorrow morning. I want to show you something." The next day, Simon met the elder in his small garden. The elder was holding 2 seeds in his hand. He gave one seed to Simon. "Plant this seed in the ground," he said. Simon dug a small hole, placed the seed inside, and covered it with soil. Then the elder took the second seed. But instead of planting it, he held it up high. He called over a few children who were playing nearby. "Look, everyone, I have a seed. Soon it will become a beautiful tree. Watch how wonderful it will be." The children clapped and smiled. The elder then placed the seed on a rock and just left it there. Days passed. The elder watered the seed that was buried in the soil, but he never said a word about it. Simon visited the garden often. Slowly, a tiny green shoot appeared. Week after week, it grew. The elder still said nothing. He just watered it quietly. Meanwhile, the seed on the rock stayed exactly the same. It dried up in the sun. Birds took little pieces of it. It never grew. After several weeks, Simon saw a small, strong plant standing in the soil. The other seed was completely gone. The elder stood beside him and spoke gently. "Simon, a seed needs silence to grow. It needs darkness. It needs to stay hidden under the earth. If you leave it in the open and talk about it, it dries up. It gets stolen. It never becomes a tree." Simon stared at the small plant, and something shifted inside him. The elder continued, "When you share your dreams too early, you feel proud. You feel as if you've already done the work. People's praise gives you pleasure, and your mind thinks the goal is already achieved. So your heart loses the fire to keep going. The energy you need for action gets wasted in words." Simon felt his face grow warm. He had been doing exactly this. Every time he announced a plan, he felt successful, but he never actually did the work. The praise was enough. The applause was enough. He never needed to finish because he already felt finished. The elder placed a hand on Simon's shoulder. "Dreams are fragile at the beginning. They need protection. Keep them quiet. Let them grow in the dark soil of your effort. When the tree is strong, everyone will see it. You don't need to announce it. Simon thanked the elder and walked home slowly, his mind full of thoughts. That night, he made a decision. He would try something new, but this time, he would tell no one. He chose one simple goal, to build a wooden chair. He didn't announce it. He didn't gather people. He just started. Every evening after his daily work, he went to a quiet corner and worked with the wood. Some days he felt excited, other days he felt tired. But because no one knew, no one asked him questions. No one expected anything. There was no pressure. It was only him, his hands, and the wood. Days turned into weeks. The chair began to take shape. Simon made mistakes, and he fixed them. He learned. Slowly, the chair became strong and smooth. When it was finished, Simon sat on it. He felt something he had never felt before, real pride. Not the pride that comes from words, but the pride that comes from doing. One morning, his neighbor saw the chair outside Simon's house. "Simon, this is beautiful. When did you make this?" Simon smiled quietly. "I've been working on it." The neighbor was surprised. "You never told anyone." Simon nodded. "I wanted to finish it first." Word spread slowly. People saw the chair, and they were impressed. But by then, Simon had already started his next project. This time, he planned to build a small table. Again, he told no one. He worked in silence. Weeks passed, and the table was completed. Then a shelf, then a stool. Years went by. Simon became known in the village as a skilled craftsman, but he never announced his plans. He only showed his work when it was done. People respected him even more because his actions spoke louder than his words. Simon's life changed completely. He no longer needed praise before starting. He no longer felt the rush of empty pride. He found something deeper, the quiet satisfaction of building something real. Now, think about your own life. How many times have you announced a goal and then lost the energy to pursue it? How many dreams have you shared too early, only to watch them fade away? When you speak about your plans, you give away the power. You let others' reactions replace your own effort. Keep your dreams close. Protect them. Let your work speak when it is ready. The world doesn't need to know what you are building. It only needs to see what you have built. So next time you feel the urge to tell everyone about your big idea, just pause. Stay quiet. Let the seed grow in darkness. When the tree is strong, everyone will see it without you saying a word. Subscribe for more stories that change the way we see life. Thank you for listening.